118 documents unsealed of 136 filed in the case against Richard Allen, the man accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German.
We didn't want them to, blow the case.
Special Judge Frangel ultimately deciding the public should see the case being built against Allen.
Excited is a weird word to say with something this horrific, but yes, in a way, excited, I guess is the word, and hopeful.
Excitement for the first time seeing what the state is using in the case against Allen.
Whatever they were keeping, we were hoping it was good, enough to get a conviction.
The documents reveal the following. Richard Allen admitted several times to his wife in a jailhouse phone call back in April to killing Abby and Libby. His wife hung up the phone.
The whole thing has felt eerie to us.
Allen's defense team has been adamant that the admissions of guilt hold no substance, citing Allen's mental state. After that phone call, authorities reported Allen started acting strange, including a time he tried to eat a document his attorneys gave him and refusing to sleep.
Everybody's just been taken aback by it.
The documents also reveal for the first time how the girls died, saying an autopsy revealed their wounds were caused by a sharp object. Documents go on to say that the girls' clothes were found down the creek, but a pair of underwear and a sock was missing from the crime scene.
We'll probably never really know what happened that day. We might hear it in court, speculated.
There is also a letter written by a fellow inmate saying the guards were calling Allen a kid killer and making fun of his wife.
That's all we want. Yep, for the right person to pay for it.
People in Delphi Wednesday say it's a lot of information to digest, adding they're hopeful for trial.
I'll believe it when it holds up in court.
In Delphi, Caitlin Kindle, WRTV.
All right, folks, on the docket tonight, the Delphi murder case, Indiana versus Richard Allen. That trial scheduled to begin January 8th, 2024. Now the headline, folks. Shocking, a motion that was filed by the defense, by the defendant. Take a look. Come now. The defendant, Richard Allen, by counsel, respectfully requests that this court issue an order authorizing the public broadcasting of future courtroom proceedings in this cause. In support of said motion, defendant Allen states as follows. The public's thirst for information offers up an opportunity for transparency and the education of the public in terms of day-to-day operations of courtrooms across the state. Courts should make court processes as transparent as possible so the average person can witness the judicial system in action. The proceedings will undoubtedly generate a high level of viewership, which will offer up the opportunity for constructive feedback at the conclusion of the case. Allowing the public to observe the proceedings to their finality will build the trust of the public moving forward. I almost feel like the national anthem should have been playing behind me as I was reading that motion. Amazing. This defendant wants cameras in the courtroom. Let's bring back in our think tank, Eckler Mercy, Kirk Nurmi, Brian Silber. This is so refreshing. I'm going to frame this. I'm going to put it up in my office. But Kirk Nurmi, what does it mean? Do you think it means that this is some sign that they've got a strong case? That they believe maybe they can raise a reasonable doubt in this case, that they've arrested the wrong man?
I have to wonder what's really motivating this, Vinny. I mean, in Mr. Allen's situation, if he's done what he's accused of doing, and supposedly he's confessed to it 5 or 6 times and described the manner of death in some of these documents and conversations with his wife. We're dealing with a very sick and deranged individual here. We're not talking about an assertion of innocence. We're talking about a man who wants cameras in the courtroom for some other reason, to serve some other purpose. So I'm wondering if it's him or his attorney. In most situations, the attorney would be the one deciding whether this is a good strategy or not. I don't know why a defense attorney would do this, because I would think that they would want to preserve that issue of appeal if the pretrial publicity or the publicity during the trial affected the outcome. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, although, again, the deranged minds don't always make sense. So I suspect Mr.
Allen a lot of sense
is
to
the
me,
driving force behind this.
But for different reasons, obviously. Brian Silber, what do you think's going on here? This is refreshing.
I hope it's the defendant who's making this request and, not his lawyers. A lot of times we see in trial that are very well covered. The lawyers forget they're being lawyers and they try to become the star. So I hope it's a genuine motion that's being made by the guy being charged. That being said, trials are public proceedings. And the reason why we have public proceedings is so that there's transparency, so that the government can't hide, so that it's aired out in the open, it's aired publicly. There's no secret court, no secret trial. However, that is balanced by the fact that they might be contaminating their jury pool. I agree with our other guest. I don't know that the defense wants every minutia of every detail getting out there until the trial happens. You know, all the preliminary hearings. People will formulate opinions, and that can hurt them.
But then you got the old voir dire, Eklund Mercy. You've got the voir dire.
Yeah.
You can get rid of those people who've been convinced already. Oh, Brian's shaking his head. He's skeptical.
Yeah, about that.
No, really. Like if you've got potential jurors, Eklund, who are convinced by like what I'm saying or what I'm putting on TV or what someone's posting in social media, get them off the jury.
They could be rehabilitated. It's been done before. They can always be rehabilitated. But with regards to this case, I think he's thinking bigger. I think he's thinking documentaries, Netflix specials, Hulu. This man has went from virtually unknown, like nobody knew him, he was invisible, to being sought after, to getting all of the attention. And cases like this, they kind of creep up on you. So I think that he's just trying to, leave with a bang. He's going to try to hurt as many people as he can.
Well, I am taking him at his word. It'll be good for the public, folks. All right.